And here we go. Welcome to Today at the Races, presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stanton Salter along with Keith Fustel. A beautiful Saturday 11-race program for you today. Lots to get to. We have a great show planned out here. The big story, we're back on the turf today. Can't wait to get back on the turf today. A bunch of big fields on the world-class turf course.
Yeah, a little patience hopefully will pay off for us today. We're going to start the turf course as yielding, and we'll monitor it from there. But, yeah, some good contentious fields all the way through this racing card. Nice job by the racing office. Power packed all the way through. Not an easy sequence of races for our Pick 6 carryover this afternoon.
Oh, yeah, that's a little shy at 20,000 at Rainbow Pick 6 carryover today. I have a ticket for that. The feature today will be Race 5, the $75,000 Twick Stakes for filly mares 3 and up, going 7 furlongs on the main scratch, on the main track, 7 furlongs. A few scratches out of the Twix. We'll get to them, but still a nice group of filly mares there in Race 5. That's going to anchor the early Pick 5. I think the early Pick 5, the best 5 races today on the card. I have an early Pick 5 ticket. I think that'll be well played. I like Hammy Smith, the quick-witted at 6-1 in Race 4. So, all right, so the Twick Stakes is our feature in the 5th. We have a big crab feast today here at Laurel Park. If you like Maryland steamed crabs, come on out here today. Get yourself a ticket for our big crab feast. Don't worry about the weather. Well, we're going to have nice weather today, so you don't have to worry about any rain, and you don't have to worry about getting too hot. You're underneath the big tent out there on the grandstand apron. All you can eat Maryland steamed crabs. They're going to steam them live here on site. A bunch of other good food. Jailbreak Brewing Company will be there. All you can drink soda, beer, and wine. A live DJ. You can't beat it. Walk-up tickets are available for today's crab feast.
I'm looking forward to that. We already said the smells. Oh, when I got upstairs to the press box this morning, it was huge. I mean, I was just like tempted to go on down and saw some of the samplings yesterday that they were working on out on the apron. I mean, you're missing out if you don't come out here and join us for this crab feast.
It's going to be a big party, and we're helping out the permanently disabled jockeys today as well. It's PDJF Day across America, helping out permanently disabled jockeys. We're going to have a roadie race right after the 4th race. Sheldon Russell's my top pick over Callie Francois. That's my exacta in the roadie race. You can make a $5 donation bet on your favorite jockey in the roadie race. Win an Apple Watch or a $100 Laurel Dining gift card. So some good prizes there. You can also donate $15 for a cool PDJF hat or T-shirt. So good calls
Great
today,
calls.
helping the permanently disabled jockeys.
Just saw an old friend of ours just walking on by. I haven't seen in a while. My man Milt Quick worked there for a long time. Great softball player back in the day when we had the softball leagues. But the handle will be enhanced by the appearance of one Milton Quick.
All right, good stuff. So that's everything that's going on today. Let's show you the big feature today, the 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. That's going to start in Race 6 today on the 11-race program. Carry over a little shy of 20,000. There it is, $19,242. I have a ticket today for the Pick 6. It's a challenging sequence, so we'll take a look at that when we get up to Race 6. Let's get right to it. Let's show you a picture of both tracks today. The main track will be fast. That's been fast all week here at Laurel Park. And the turf will start out as yielding. We're on the Fort Marcy and Kelso turf courses today.
I think that's our safe description, the way to go on this turf. Of course, we had so much rain in the area. I mean, in some parts, I think over a foot of rain over a course of 3 and 4 days. So we'll go with that. We'll let you know if it changes in this fast. Main track has been fast. Times have been quick, but it's been fair. We've seen horses rally up the rail, rally 5 wide, speed, carry, honest racetrack right now here at Laurel Park.
All right, let's get right to it here. Race 1 will start the rolling super high 5. We have that every race with 7 or more horses, the rolling super high 5, and that has a low 15% takeout, so keep your eye on that. Also, race 1, we kick off the early pick 5. Both your pick 5s here at Laurel, your best bet with that industry low 12% takeout. Mandatory payout here on the early pick 5, and I think this might be one of the bets of the day. Some nice races here in this early pick 5 sequence, anchored by race 5, the Twick Stakes. Let's take a look at my ticket. I'm going to go with a $48 early pick 5 ticket. Race 1's a maiden 10 filly and mares going 7 furlongs with one of your favorites having a break from the 1 hole. So I think a vulnerable favorite here with the 1 Animalistic in race 1. I'm going to go 6 deep here in the opener using the 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 11. Hopefully I can get a little price here in race 1. My top pick is the 1, but I think the 1 is very beatable here in the opener. Race 2, I'll go 4 deep in there. That's a nice starter allowance going long on the Kelso turf course. In race 2, rail at 35 feet. I go with the 3, 5, 7, 9 there. The 5, Love's Legend, my top pick there for Teddy Mare. Callie Francois will ride. Francois with a nice win yesterday. So 4 deep there in race 2. A nice beaten 20,000 claimer. You don't see this condition too often, but it's a nice group of claimers here for 20,000, 3 and up, 3/4 on the main track. The 2, Team Tim, and the 5, the Great Provider. They look awfully tough there in race 3. Race 4 is a nice 2 other than allowance feature. Filly Mares going long on the Fort Marcy turf course, rail at 87 feet. My price play of the day, the 12 on the outside. Quick-witted. It's in good form right now for Hammy Smith. The barn is on a roll again now. Victor Carrasco, he's having a good week. I'll take a shot with the 12. Quick-witted at 6-1. My key horse here on this early pick 5. Race 5, the $75,000 Twick Stakes, 7 furlongs on the main track. The 2, Bishop's Pond, looks awfully tough in there. Looks to be lone speed there with Vargas. The 7, Bishop's Pond, my best bet of the day. But I also like the 2, Magical, a 4-year-old filly by Tappet. She's won 2 in a row. She could be any kind. So an up-and-coming filly here with the 2, Magical, in race 5. So I'll go 2 deep there in the Twick Stakes. So I'm excited for this early pick 5. Let's take a look at this opener. Am I right about race 1, this maiden 10? Any maiden 10s, you pretty much, you just got to go deep. They're wide open. The 1 is going to be vulnerable from the inside. Let's see our picks here for race 1. The 1, Animalistic, I go with on top because it's a soft-looking group. You have this filly in your exacta as well. 3-year-old filly by Animal Kingdom here for Mark Schumann. Her debut at Keeneland last April, going 7 furlongs on the main track. Well, that was her best lifetime race. She finished 3rd that day. Schumann claimed her for 20,000. Tried her on the turf 3 times because she's by Animal Kingdom. No good on the turf. Now back to the main track. Wesley Ho will ride. He's just going to have to overcome the dreaded 1 hole, going 7/8. We saw one of the favorites yesterday. Who was it breaking from the 1 hole? Stolen Love, the 8-year-old Stolen Love, who's never off the board, right? Stolen Love was in all kind of trouble down the backstretch yesterday. And probably this filly doesn't have too much early speed. Probably the 1, Animalistic, going to be getting in a bunch of trouble early on here. I pick her on top, but I'm 6 deep here looking for a price in race 1.
Yeah, she broke slow, had a little trouble in her debut. The only time she tried the dirt at Keeneland was claimed out of that race. This is going to be the first time blinkers on the main track. I mean, any duplication of the race at Keeneland, yeah, she wins, but there's some certain question marks. And why didn't they run this horse back on the dirt? That's my biggest question. But, I see the breeding. You get tempted there. You see Animal Kingdom, Laurel de Samano. But I think Animalistic will make a run from off the pace. But these first several races, pretty much the whole card, very difficult to get through. So I've got to target some prices in here. I've got a horse on top you don't have in your early pick 5. Maybe you toss them in. And Merriman at a price. We've seen that time and time again throughout the years. My Diva got bet okay into DJ's favorite, a horse that was entered in that scratch in the stakes today, but now subsequently scratch. Called a sloppy track in debut. Early duel, 4 wide against fractions 23-47-1. Pretty good that day at Pimlico. This is a much softer spot. This is going to be first-time blinkers on the dirt for My Diva. There's not a lot of early speed in this race. I think this horse could sneak away. Has a half-sister that was a 2-time winner going long on the dirt, just targeting a big price here to get you started in race 1.
All right, yeah, the barn certainly having a strong summer meet here. The Ann Merriman barn to get Jevion, Toledo and Merriman 21% with a positive ROI. So I didn't use this filly, but I'll throw her in because the race is wide open. She's by Flatter. The 8, My Diva. The 5 I have in my exacta here. Menora Laura for trainer Linda Albert. Alex Cintron will ride this filly today. She's been hanging around at this maiden 10 for a while. She likes likes to rally and get a check, she's live here at 5-1 in the opener.
Absolutely. I mean, look at some other horses. You've got Miss Gray. I don't know what you really do with her. String Bean, the 11. At least she's in form. You look at her stand. Somehow the light bulb is going on for String Bean, making a little bit of run and a little bit of improved speed. You compare the internals off of its last two races. I like the improvement with String Bean. Gets a clear trip. Will sustain a run here at the 7 furlongs.
Sure. Yeah, I use her. I also throw the 10 into the mix. Spring Moore. A first-time starter for Gary Capuano. The works have been okay. The breeding's probably just okay, but he puts her in for maiden 10, so they get aggressive right from the get-go here. Lasix with Weston Hamilton. Hamilton, a 3-win day on Thursday, so the 10 could be a live first-time starter here for Gary Capuano. And you throw the 2 into the mix as well. Miss Gray beaten favored last out, had to break from the 1 hole. Gets Edwin Gonzalez aboard today. I think that you have to use a 2, Miss Gray, and the 3, No Honey Money, also a beaten favored last out. First start in the Claudio barn. Takes another drop today. Victor Carrasco stays aboard. The 3, No Honey Money, might sneak away at 4 or 5-1 for Strong Connections.
Yeah, what happened last time out? Lily Ray did not come out of that race to run too well, so I'm against the 3. Claudio beat me out of the pick 6 yesterday. I had Dale Capuano's horse singled in that leg that opened up 3 at the 8th pole. Couldn't quite hold on. Rare Eagle got me off the claim. But I think Kieran's horse with a cleaner break. You had to be used early into the pace. Just faded a little bit late. Drops down here a notch. The blinkers come off. This horse, I think, with a clean break, will get a stalking trip today.
All right, so it's a wide-open affair in race 1. I go 6 deep to kick off my early pick 5. You like the early sequence as well. Race 2 starts off the early pick 4. A nice starter allowance going long on the Kelso. You have an early pick 4. Let's check it out, see how you played it.
Yeah, only a $27 ticket only. This thing, you could really kind of work it from here. Add a couple if you'd like to make it a little bit more expensive ticket if you got some friends. Pull some money together. 259 to get you started. 3 deep in the second, 3 deep in the third with the 2, 5, and 6. I really like the 2 or the 5, but the 6, Dorothy Wharton first off the claim. The barn's doing well and gets a good stalking trip, but the Great Provider will be tough to catch in race number 3. 4th race, 3, 7, and 12. How about this? What's this, a 2 other than on the ground? I mean, we've really got some good races here in the early going. Finish it up with the 7 and 8, Bishop's Pond, Tecalita, going to be your 2 favorites in the Twix Stakes. There it is, $27. Add if you like. I like Snunner as a little bit of a price shot, too, in the 5th race.
Yeah, Snunner's awfully consistent. I didn't use the morning line favorite in the Twix Stakes, the 8, Tecalita. I didn't use that filly on my early pick 5. I pick her 4th. The barn is ice cold, getting beat with the heavy favorites and everything. And this filly, she's a little cold this year as well, but she could bounce back to her good form like we saw in the Grade 2 Ruffian or the Grade 1 Madison. That puts her right there today. So we'll see what kind of effort we get from the favored in the Twix Stakes today. Let's take a look at the second race. We're going a mile and a 16th on the Kelso. Rail at 35 feet, 16,000 starter allowance. Filly mares 3 and up. Never won 4 is the condition. We both go with the 5 on top here. Love's Legend, this 4-year-old filly by Not for Love. She's been in solid form the last 4 races, really. All 4 starts, all 5 starts this year have been useful efforts. The last 2 have been on the turf. Callie Francois has been aboard the last 4 starts. She was in front on this filly last out against tougher company, right? Yeah, that was against 25,000 starter allowance company. The last 4 tries here for Love's Legend. So it takes a little drop today. Francois looking to get her second winner of the weekend here. We both like the 5 Love's Legend in race 2.
Yeah, I'm actually 2-5 in here and 2-5 in the next race when I had to go back and make a change in the computer. It's no big deal. 2-5, 5-2. We box them anyhow. As we always say with these selections, we've always got some prices. First thing is to box our top 4 selections in your exacta, then take it from there. But, yeah, going to use Love's Legend. Here's the interesting. We got several horses jumping in condition in here, Stan. Eligible for 3 in life. They're going in 4 in life, and we use 2 of them in the mix. The 2, she's right again. This guy, all he does is win. Carl Ossop, I guess he's filling in for Reed Nagel. I don't know what the situation is there. They had another winner last night at Charlestown. Yes, this horse is jumping in condition, but since the layoff from January to May has really drastically improved. And that last race, visually strong, had a lot of trouble and powered away from the field with something left. I think the sharpness here, the ship up north. She's going to be okay, and she gets a perfect stalking trip from the inside.
Yeah, I saw her schooling in the paddock here yesterday with Reed Nagel. It's a big team down there in Virginia. Big League Farm, you have Reed Nagel, and then Carl Ossop, a new member on the team, and they're doing very well. Reed Nagel with a high winning percentage, and Carl Ossop doing the same. So he's 4 for 4 starting out. He was broke all the babies for Godolphin over there, and he came over with Kieran McLaughlin, this young trainer here. Carl Ossop. So he knows what he's doing. He's on a good team with Big Lick Farm. I can't believe I didn't use the filly. I'm going to have to use her on a bigger ticket for my early pick 5 to 2. She's right again. We both, I throw the 7 into the mix here. Expect a Kitten for Mary Epler. Takes a little drop here. Kitten's Joy filly's been right there against better company. Horacio Caramanos will ride. She should be sitting on a solid effort today. 4th race off the layoff this year.
Yeah, maybe looking for a little bit more flow up front. There's not a lot of speed. I think Medi Bumps has got to be forward. Love's Legend was on the lead last time, but maybe she wants a target. Maybe you'll see Callie Francois do what she did yesterday with French's Quest, a nice patient ride. Get the horse to settle off the pace and make a middle move, but I don't think she's going to be too far back either. A wide open race. I think Shifter Magician. The rally has to be timed perfectly, but she's holding form. She fits the conditions. She's won 3 races. A good 4th behind Monte Cristo, who came back, I think, to run 3rd in a stake out in Indiana. So Shifter Magician sometimes finds herself a little too far back with a little bit too much to do, but I think against this field she really fits nicely.
Yeah, she likes to pick up checks. She's 1 for 14 the past year and a half, but yeah, this is a good spot for her. She just got beat a neck at Pimlico at this level back in May, so you have to use an eye and Shifter Magician here in race 2. It's 12:18. We're only through the early daily double. That's how good these early races are. Race 3, claiming 20,000. 3 and up, haven't won a race in 6 months is the condition here for race 3. Going 6 furlongs on the main track. It's a nice, cozy condition for the 2. Team Tim for trainer Damon Dildovico. A sharp effort last out in the slop up there at Monmouth against A Other Than. A good second against 2 Other Than company at Laurel back on June 10th. So he fits this condition to a T. He's a 4-time winner at Laurel. The barn having a strong summer meet. The Dildovico barn. Victor Carrasco, top rider here on the 2 Team Tim.
Yeah, he's been noted in the past. He can kind of reel in a horse that doesn't have to get pressure up front. He can kind of sit back. He doesn't need a duel. He'll make that strong run. He did it against Rockefeller's 2 races back on a fast track here. Onwards and upwards right now for the 2 Team Tim. Usually you get this condition. Don't you have to win like a raffle or something at the down at the tavern or something? Down at Mount Washington. But yeah, this is an interesting little condition. Look, the 5 though. The race is going to have to go through the 5. We got a video spotlight right from the 21st of January. That was first time off the claim for Lacey. Today we're going to go first time off the claim for Kieran. Looks like the speed, and when this horse is right, he can kind of show a lot of heart, as evidence right here when Dr. Bolt went by him at the head of the lane. Look at this horse resurging to the inside, the great provider. And we actually saw a horse come back along the rail yesterday, the heavy favorite Renaissance Rosie. But the great provider, very gritty effort here, edging away late. It's his race to lose on the front end this afternoon.
All right, so we both like the 2-5 there in race 3. Let's speed along here. Race 4 is going to kick off the middle pick 4. And a nice 2 Other Than allowance feature here. Philly Mares, mile and a 16th on the Fort Marcy rail at 87 feet. My price play of the day here, the 12, quick-witted. You like this horse as well. Victor Carrasco, he's getting hot again. Hammy Smith had that 4-win day last Sunday, so the barn's rolling again. And it's a nice filly by a Fleet Alex, a 2-time winner on the Laurel grass, and a real good effort last out at this level. Came with a wide rally, got up for 3rd behind My Sister's Ledge and Thrall, who's back in this race as well. So I just think this filly's in nice form. I think Carrasco can just take back and save ground. He can just take right back and go to the rail and save ground on this clubhouse turn. She does have a nice win last October here at Laurel against A Other Than company on a yielding turf course. She rallied from far back that day. So this filly likes a yielding turf course, and that's what she's going to get today.
Yeah, that's key. That's key. She ran that big number, the 80. She came back and ran that off of the layoff. She's come back a little bit better filly right now at 4 from a turf family. Quick way, the only knock on her, the post, 0 for 8 is, I think, horses breaking from the 12 post, going a mile and 16th on the grass. But that's not going to scare me. I'm using her stand. She made a nice rally last time out. She kind of had to alter off the heels of arrival. Actually, the winner turning for home and finished up well to gain. I like quick-witted. I'm going to come back with the 3, though. Antonetta for trainer Carl Oslop. Here we go for Big Lick Farm again. What a trip this horse had last time. Let Sophia's an Angel go right on by, leaving the 3/8
Right.
ball. I'm thinking, okay, she's beat. She found more, resurgent to get up, stretching back out. I think she's fine here at our out of ground, moving up with the conditions. I like the 3 Antonetta. She's also run well on a little bit of ground. It's ground that's got some give to it. In good form right now. I like both of these horses. I think they're both going to be square price. You've got to demand something 7-2 or higher in this field.
Yep. All right. So we like some similar horses here. The 8 I throw into the mix here. Enthrall, you go against this horse. Prado back aboard this Bernardini filly for Chucky Lawrence. A good second at this level last out. Beat my top pick, Quick Witted, and Enthrall is going to be trying to get the jump on all of them here. And just a question how she's going to handle this yielding turf today.
Right. That's the question. Can she pair up? I'm not so sure. Yeah, she won on a good to soft turf course over in France, but she had an absolute dream trip last time. She was tucked up right behind a duel, opened up, got a little bit weary late, was drifting about, and got nailed at the wire. She took a lot of odd play in that race. I thought she was bet down just under 5-1. If she pairs it up, yeah, I think the road's going to go through her turning for home, but can she last on this softer ground? We saw the last time we had a turf race here, they came rolling from the back of the pack, then we canceled after that. So I'm against her today. She might be a little bit of a shorter price. And 7, Church Social, a horse that I think is just grinds. It's got the right kind of rider. With Vargas, we got a stat on McGahee here with his turf runners at Laurel over the last couple of years. It's a pretty good one. How about this? 9 for 30 with turf runners the last 2 years at Laurel with an ROI of 279. You've got to respect this barn. Doesn't need flow up in front. This horse runs its race no matter what goes on up front. I think this horse makes a good charge from the back of the pack.
All right, you get Georgie Vargas Jr. there on the 7 Church Social. So a nice upper level allowance race there going long on the turf. In race 4, let's take a look at today's feature. Race 5, the $75,000 Twick Stakes for affiliate managed 3 and up, 7 furlongs on the main track here in race 5. We've had a few scratches. Scratched the 1 DJ's Favorite, the 4 Squan's Kingdom, and also scratched the 9 Absolutely and the 11 Aura Rose, but still a nice 7-horse field in the Twick Stakes, and I don't think there's too much speed in this race, so we both end up on the 7 Bishop's Pond. Vargas can dictate the early pace from the outside here on the 7 Bishop's Pond. She went right to the front in the 38 Go-Go last January and crushed them that day by 5.5. Strong 85 buyer speed figure. Miss Inclusive, who was third in that race, would come right back to win. Then they threw her up against Grade 1 company going 9 furlongs at Santa Anita in March. That didn't go too well, but she gets a much easier spot today. Jason Service coming back off this kind of freshening. He's 27%. I'm not worried about those slow maintenance works up there at Monmouth. Time only means something when you're in prison. The 7 Bishop's Pond, I think, is going right to the front here, and the Twick's going to try to lead them all the way.
She really enjoyed her first try here at Laurel. The 1 turn in the 38 Go-Go gets the 1 turn again. A nice little rest after some travel. This horse has kind of been around. Freshened up, shortens up. That was a key scratch, I thought, of the 1 DJ's Favorite, because I thought she was going to have to send from the inside and was going to really hamper the chances of Bishop's Pond. With that scratch, I'm coming back with her today. You got to respect the barn. They always hit at a high clip no matter where they go. Bishop's Pond, I don't think she may necessarily need the lead. I love the way she was rated when she won here, but I think she can dog this field into submission around the turn, maybe shake clear and hold on late. She just run against a little bit better, as has Tekalita.
All right, so we're both on the 7. Let's take a look here at the morning line favorite to 8, Tekalita, and she's your deserved morning line favorite. She was a good third with a 91 buyer against Grade 2 company in the Ruffian going a mile at Belmont early May. So that was only her second race this year. She ran her career best, and then a big-time bounce last out at 4-5. Right. Dropping from a Grade 2 to a non-Grade stake race up there at Delaware going 9 furlongs. She should have clobbered that field. Something happened that day to Tequilita on June 16th. That wasn't the filly that we know. She's made over $500,000, this filly. She was third in a Grade 1 test last year. She's won here at Laurel Park. She won the Smart Halo as a 2-year-old here at Laurel. So since that the being the beaten favorite at Delaware. She's been working lights out up there at Fair Hill. Fergal Lynch will ride, but I pick her fourth, and I don't pick her on my early pick 5. This barn trying to wake up here, especially with favorites this meet.
When you see those string of numbers before that 77 in those one-turn races, awfully strong comparatively to the rest of this group. She's going to get a great stalking trip to the outside. Boy, if she doesn't fire today and is right in the mix, yeah, you got to wonder something seriously up with Tekalita. Matt, you said he's been a little cold with some of these favorites, hasn't he? Been getting beat.
Brucarita put me in a poorhouse.
Lake Pontchartrain, like her, all she does is run well on the dirt. Tossed the one try on the soft turf course. And looking for a little bit of price. How about the 5, Power of Snunner, the old 8-year-old mare? Maybe she just wants to sprint now. I mean, tossed the last 2 route races. Route the sprint, Kreiser's good. Look at the little stakes stat for Kreiser. Only 12 runners, 42% though, with an ROI of over 350. He doesn't just throw them in there to throw them in there. This 8-year-old still got a little bit of life into her, and I think she can make a run from the back.
Yeah, the Power Stunner. She's made over 600,000. How about an up-and-coming filly here? I used the 2 Magical in my exacta. She's bred to be any kind here. A homebred for Peter Blum. She's by Tappet out of an Empire Maker mare. She's she's 5 for 5 in the money from her first 5 career starts. She had patient handling. She didn't get to the races until March of her 4-year-old year, but that patience has paid off. She's on a roll now. She's won 2 in a row. That was a nice win against 2 other than company last out, going a mile. Beat Keep Your Distance in that race, who came right back to win. This filly has shown her versatility. She can go the front and win like she did 2 starts ago, or sit mid-pack and stalk and win like she did last out. We caught up with her young trainer, Brittany Trimble, who's an up-and-coming trainer herself. She started as a trainer last February, first starter, first win. She was a long-time assistant trainer to Brad Cox, and she's doing well here in Maryland. Here's what Trimble had to say about her 4-year-old filly by Tappet, number 2 Magical in today's Twix Stakes.
She's doing great, which is the only reason that we even considered trying this. Off her last 2 wins, she seemed as though she just kind of wanted more. Her training, she jumped right back into her training. You never missed a beat, so we gave it to her and she responded. So hopefully she'll respond on Saturday. The good thing about her is she seems versatile. She showed speed. She sat off of it last time, and I think our plan will probably be just to play the break, and I'll leave it up to Sheldon. And, you really never know until the gates open. So we'll let them figure it out, and I think that, he'll give her the best trip he can.
All right, so nice story there. Trimble doing well as a trainer. She's engaged to Sheldon Russell. They're getting married in August, about a month away. There's a nice story about them on our laurelpark.com website. So what do you think about this filly? It's a big step up to Stakes Company today, but she's by Tappet, and her first 5 races look very strong.
Talk about patience. Late to the races. Didn't start till she was 4.
Yep.
She's kind of working her way up and up numbers-wise. 7 furlongs. I think this is a nice little move, the little turn back. Position, she'll get a good stalking trip. I think this horse will end up a couple lengths off of it by the time they enter the far turn, and Sheldon will try to make a move with her from there. Keep Your Distance, a pretty salty little runner there when she's right in the 2 other than company. Her figures I looked at other kind of figures, other than just the buyers. She fits. There's no doubt about it. She's going the right directions. He's a little Joe Gass special. He kind of watches our show every once in a while. If he's not on the baseball diamond giving pitching lessons, he's touting horses, and he's pretty good. He's one of the better handicappers that I know, and he really likes his filly a lot today.
He likes Magical.
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
Yep.
Now with the 1 DJ's favorite being scratched, Magical's going to have to break from the inside. I don't like that going 7 furlongs, but that's okay. Hopefully the Tappet filly can overcome that. So a nice addition today of our feature, the $75,000 Twix Stakes in race 5. It's 12:30. We still have 6 more races to tell you about. Today's carryover into pick 6, almost 20,000. That starts in race 6. We'll take a look right after this.
Whether you're at home or at the track, have a stake in the race when you bet with ExpressBet. Sign up for an ExpressBet online betting account and receive up to a $500 sign-up bonus.
All right, welcome back. Today's 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6 has a nice carryover, almost 20,000. Let's show it to you, 19,242. This will be well played today on a big Saturday afternoon of racing here at Laurel. Be around 30,000, maybe a little over 30,000 when it's all said and done for today's Pick 6. I have a ticket here. Let's take a look, a $51 20-cent play. I couldn't find a single, Keith. I go 4 deep here in race 6 using the 1, 2, 3, 9. Race 7, I go with the 1, 3 there. Race 8, I go with the 5, 6 in there. Race 9, I go with the 1, 3 there. Race 10's a nice allowance race going a mile. I like the 3 Tatr there at 15 to 1 for
price.
Kelly Ruble, yeah. And the 4 Borsa Vento will be the favorite in there for Linda Rice in race 10. Race 11's a wide open maiden 16 filly and mare 5.5 on the Kelso turf course. I go 4 deep there with the 2, 3, 4, 9, the 2, Cala Luna, a first-time starter from the Dale Capuano barn. He's been on a roll recently with his first-time starters. Had a debut winner a couple days ago here at Laurel with Stormy Sue. So I like Dale's first-time starter in the last race. Let's take a look at the first leg of this Pick 6. Race 6 going a mile and a 16th on the Kelso turf course. Rail at 35 feet, claiming 16,000. Filly and mares 3 and up. Never won 2 lifetime. I go with the 9 on the outside here. Jumpstart My Heart. I liked this filly last year. I liked her in the comeback race on July 1st here at Laurel Park. That was her first race this year as a 4-year-old. She ran okay that day and okay fourth that day. That was the first start in the Claudio Gonzalez barn. Now her second start off the layoff, so I think she's going to run a better effort today. Kevin Gomez will ride. I like the 9, Jumpstart My Heart, at a decent price here in race 6.
Yeah, you're going to get a price because the 13, as far as we know, is in. She's supposed to run. Grandpa's Ariana coming in for Kieran McLaughlin, a drop down from the state bred A other than up at Belmont. She's been all or nothing, 1 win out of 7 starts on the turf, but she's the speed. She's going to have to be used from the outside, I think, to get position. I think she's a vulnerable favorite. I liked it too. I know we're going to have to go quick here. We got about 8 minutes to wrap it up. Splendor Gal, outside to inside. Our last 2, she's been caught wide. She's made moves into them. I think the 2-back try is good enough. She's going to enjoy a perfect stalking trip with Sheldon Russell and wear him down up front.
And we'll get a good price there on the 2. The 1, Nancy R. with a shot as well for Dorothy Wharton. So, all right, nice little turf route there to kick off the big Pick 6 today. Race 7 starts our late Pick 5. No carryover, but it always pays well. Paid over $800 yesterday with no carryover. Why? There's why. Industry low, 12% takeout on our Pick 5s here at Laurel Park. So the late Pick 5 is going to start race 7, going 7 furlongs, claiming 10,000 here for race 7. Filly mares 3 and up, never won 2 lifetime. The 1, Marjorie Muggs for trainer Sam Davis. Xavier Perez will ride. This mare catches a soft group today. She's been hanging around at this level, picking up checks. She likes to rally from far back. Hopefully the X-Man can be right there, turning for home today on my top pick, the 1, Marjorie's Muggs.
Yeah, comparatively to these, she's got a little bit of a finish in her races now. She was set up by some really quick fractions the last couple times. She's going to be a little closer today. I don't see her falling, 10, 12 lengths out of it midway on the turn. Value added, it's either yes or no. I'll go yes here. Phil Schoenthal, 17% with a positive ROI from a strong sampling of droppers over the last year. Value added, first off the claim, aggressive move. I think is right towards the front and here just off of it. Maybe Arbutus will send shorter price. I like the 3-1 in race 7.
All right, so we both like the 1-3-3-1 all day there in the 7th. Race 8 will kick off the late Pick 4 here in race 8, going a mile and a 16th on the Fort Marcy turf course. Rail at 87 feet, claiming 16,000 for 3-year-old fillies or older. Filly and mares never won 3. I go with the 5. You like the 5 as well here. Floating by for trainer Dale Capuano. J.D. Acosta will ride this filly today. We have a stat here for trainer Dale Capuano in Floating By.
Not a bad little stat at all. How about this? 8 for 23, 35%. And 15 for 23 in the money with runners second-time Lasix. ROI of 455. That's what you're going to get with Floating By. Was stuck inside every step of the way last time. That was first Lasix, first blinkers. Kept on trying. Only got beat 3 and some change at the wire. A little bit of a drop in here. Maybe JD can get this horse outside. She can make a swooping move and rally down and catch the speed late. Floating By still should hold good value in race 8.
All right, so we both have the 5 on top. Let's just check the picks real quick here. Race 8, the 6. Karma. We both like
Right.
the 6 Karma as well. Sheldon Russell aboard for Brittany Trimble. Just forget about that last race. Got bumped around a little bit at the start and just never got into it. But the 2 races before that on the turf were both very good.
Yeah, we all kind of got the 5, 6, and 10 all out of that same race. The Prado Patty Hot Girl race. Karma with some serious trouble. Don Elba, I expect this horse to bounce back. I don't know what happened last time. Maybe too soon of a move into an okay pace, and she just faltered, or maybe she just bounced off the return try. She's run okay on a softer ground. I use her. I think she rebounds with a better effort and will sneak away at a good price.
All right, so we both have the 5, 6 on top there in race 8. Race 9 going 7 furlongs on the main track. Beaten Nickel, filly mares 3 and up. 8 and 6 months for life is the condition. The 3, Proud Maid Marian, stumbled, lost the rider at the break last out on June 9th. That was coming off a long layoff against much tougher starter allowance company. So now they kind of get a license to go wherever they want here, and they go into a soft Beaten Nickel. This is the cheapest this filly's ever run in a while. Last time she was at this level last July, last summer here at Laurel, and she clobbered them that day, almost wire-to-wire score that day with a 70 buyer. So it's a big class relief today for the 3, Proud Maid Marian, who gets Victor Carrasco aboard from Milan Milosevic.
In a race that's pretty much devoid of any kind of quality early speed. Maybe that's what will happen the last time the horse dropped to this level and went right to the front. Here's what I don't understand. We still got the Maryland Million Distaff starter, right? Is that still one of the races around? And you're going to give her away for $4,500. That's my biggest question there. I'm assuming somebody will reach. And I like the improvement of Sonora Lejeune last time. Lujan last time after Juralis. All he's doing is winning right now. Laid a little bit closer to the pace by the time they turned for home. I think it's the 1 or the 2 in race 9.
All right, let's take a look here. Race 10. Race 10's a nice first level allowance contest to kick off the late daily double 3 and up. Flat mile on the main track. We both like the 2 a little bit here, Ballard High. We have a video spotlight to show you on the 2, Ballard High, from the race June 9th here at Laurel Park. A good effort against Allowance Company going a mile.
Just got nipped here. A real gutsy effort. Got the lead, head of the stretch, and dueled every step of the way just to get sniped at the wire by Moonlight Shadow. You see it down to the inside with the white and the blue cat. And this horse really held well after making a big middle move. That third quarter, a strong internal move there for Ballard High to put itself into contention. Just couldn't hold off the closer. A major player in here. There are some other speeds. I think Ballard High, though, may be the speed of the speed, but also going to have to deal with the other part of the Linda Rice shipper here, Borsa Vento. One of these 2, I think, in race 10. Borsa Vento may be able to get a stalking trip. You saw the way that Union Blues came back to run again in the 2
effort.
other than a strong key horse now has Union Blues become. So Borsa Vento or Ballard High in the 10th race.
All right, we're both on the 4. I used a 3 at a big price there. Cataract, a 4-year-old son of Preakness winner. Shackelford came off a long layoff to make his 4-year-old debut, a winning debut here at Laurel against Maiden Special Weight. Rallied from off the pace that day in the mud. Now he gets a fast track going a mile. He should love to stretch out to a mile today with Julian Pimentel. I'll take a shot here with a Shackelford 4-year-old at a price in race 10.
We had that horse in the return try. That was when Kukulkan, I think, was clearing and took a right-hand turn.
Okay.
Yeah, leaving the 8th pole. Is going to have to move up, though, seriously, to kind of beat a couple of these other runners. Chirping's an interesting type. What's this horse going to do on the stretch out? Maybe has found a home on the dirt. A good rally, close some serious ground at Delaware, which you don't see horses do a lot of. Stretch out could be the key for the 1 Chirping.
All right, nice allowance race to kick off the late daily double, race 11. Spread as deep as you can here in this race. These maiden 16 turf scrambles are wide open affairs. Filly mares 3 and up here. Maiden 16, 5.5 on the Kelso rail at 35 feet. It's a soft-looking group, so I'll go with the first-time starter. You like this filly as well. The 2, Carlo Luna, by a good turf sire, and Cape Blanco, first-time starter for Dale Capuano. The barn's been on a roll recently. 36% and a positive ROI with their debut runners. They got the money with what? Stormy Sue paid like $15 the other day, so that's good enough for me. You get Victor Carrasco on this filly. She's been working right here at Laurel Park. We're both on the Dale first-timer in race 11.
All he does is win with the first-time starters.
Yep.
36% over like the last year and a half. Top and bottom for turf. The mother did win on the grass. Use Mary's horse in there as well. The 8 right up your alley should be okay. Looks like the speed of the speed. And the 10, Storm Diva. Storm Diva looks like the legitimate closer here. A little drop in class. May have to settle a little bit more. Maybe moved a little too soon while wide. May like to take back. Maybe this horse can make an inside move before angling out and rallying through the stretch. I'm going to use the 10 in there as well for Ann Merriman, Storm Diva.
Yeah, I'm 4 deep there in race 11 for my pick 6 ticket, and probably have to go a little deeper than that. That's it. We're out of time. A big 11 race card today. All kinds of action. Pick 6 carryover, almost 20,000. That starts in race 6. The early pick 5, I think, is the best bet of the day today with that 2 other than in race 4. The feature today, the $75,000 Twix Stakes, that comes up early today. That's race 5. The Crab Feast is getting underway. Help out the permanently disabled jockeys today. All kinds of excitement on a beautiful Saturday, and we're on the turf.
I got to love it. Got to love the weather. The sun's peeking out here. Good, comfortable temperatures. Enjoy the afternoon. Get over to that Crab Feast and enjoy it. I really think it's one of the better betting cards we've had in quite a while. So don't miss out. I think I'll value abounds throughout this betting card.
All right, Dave Rodman, he's coming up next with scratches and changes. Good luck.
Good luck.